Hello and welcome to BuzzFeed Live. I'm Sarah and I'm here with mentalist and mind reader Matt Cooper. Hey Matt, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very excited. I met Matt because he actually read my mind. I put it in finger quotes because I'm not sure it's not all BS, and I'm sorry to say that.
No, absolutely, good concern.
He was able to guess who my first kiss was. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in other BuzzFeed employees. They will be your subjects, and Matt is going to guess who their first kiss was. He is going to read their minds, and we're going to see if he's not a bullshit artist and if he's a true mentalist. I don't know. You think you can do it?
Well, that being said, I've never actually been challenged in this way before, so I'm all for this kind of thing. I like taking risks, and I think it'll be great. Hopefully the people you've chosen will be really great subjects.
I think so.
If I feel like I can't do it with someone, I'll just take a different strategy, but I think we'll get there in the end.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of confidence. And also at the end, Matt is going to read your minds. Yeah, I'm talking to you guys sitting there watching the live stream on Facebook. Matt, I guess you've learned how to send your psychic thoughts through live stream, Facebook live stream?
Yes, over 30 years of live stream experience, I've learned to do this. No, I'm not going to read anyone's mind on the live stream, but it's a good thought. I think what I'm going to try and do is send a thought. So you're going to read my mind.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to project these thoughts to you, and hopefully you can pick up on what I'm thinking. I'll make it really easy and simple, and the process will be fine, but you just have to trust your instincts. We'll get to that at the end.
Okay, wow. So by the end of this, we might just have 100,000 mind readers watching BuzzFeed, which is great. It's actually kind of horrifying. But before we get the first subject up here, Matt, how did you get into becoming a mentalist? It's such a unique profession.
Sure. I think it had a lot to do with growing up in Las Vegas.
Okay.
My mom was a dancer in the Folies Bergère Jubilee. Dad was a stagehand, so we're just kind of in like entertainment world.
Okay.
And Las Vegas, if you know, is sandwiched between Area 51, which conjures up images of people being sucked up into spaceships.
It's very scary.
Yes, it was. It terrified me as a little kid. And then you have Sedona to the south, which is like this psychic town of the West. So I became obsessed with anything to do with science fiction, fantasy, the occult, extrasensory perception. And I've learned ways over the years to replicate those things without actually having to be psychic. And that's what being a mentalist is kind of all about.
Why mentalist and not magician?
Well, I think mentalism, and this is a personal preference, is more about people. So I think understanding someone, especially in this day and age where we're kind of more stuck in our phones, separated from the community, I think understanding someone and what they're thinking is a really valuable and interesting trait. So I think people just connect with it more. That's not to say that there aren't great magicians that connect with people. I have some of the greatest friends that are the best magicians in the world.
Yeah.
I have a cast of character of friends. So I think it's just something that I gravitated towards naturally.
Okay. Well, we're going to find out if you are a real mentalist or a bullshit artist, as I mentioned previously. And again, at the end, Matt is going to be sending you guys a psychic message, so definitely stay tuned. And also let us know if you can figure out how Matt's doing this, because I couldn't figure it out, and I would really like to know. So I think let's get to your first subject, and you are going to find out who they first kissed without them telling you.
I'll try to.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Annie, you want to come on up? All right. Dun, 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 dun. Just walk around over here. Okay.
Hello,
You
Annie.
can step up on the bus.
I'm Matt. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you so much for taking part.
Yes.
Are you feeling any apprehension? Are you nervous?
Yeah, I was like sweating before I walked into this room.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I'm super excited. I've always been intrigued, so we'll see how it goes.
All right.
And yeah.
Okay, so you know the game, right? You're going to think of the first person you kissed. You haven't told anybody who this is. It's not written on your Facebook or anything like that. Nothing I could have researched, right?
I hope not.
Okay.
No, I didn't read anything.
Okay, all right, fine. So
Okay.
you're going to communicate this to me, but it's really important that you follow my instructions in order for this to work. I'm not just a psychic. I can't just pick it up that way. Okay? So keep looking at me. Don't look away. All right? You can blink and relax. That's fine. But just keep looking at me. And I want you to tell me a story. A story about this person that you first kissed. It can either be the story of the first kiss or just a story that involves this person. But keep their name in the back of your mind as you do that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, I can do that. Okay. So.
Keep looking at me as you do that.
Okay, sorry. So this memory I have of this person that was one of my first kiss was I have this very distinct memory of them going to the fridge and getting out a bowl of pasta, but the pasta had no sauce. And so what this person did was they got a bottle of ketchup and they put it on their pasta. And I was really confused, and I was like, oh, that's so strange. Why do you eat pasta with ketchup? And then I ate some of it, and I was like, wow, this is really good. So sometimes when people ask me about like strange food I eat now, I'm like, okay, well, sometimes I have pasta with ketchup, and they're like, why do you do this? And then I tell them the story about the person who sort of, I guess, like taught me the joy of having pasta and ketchup.
Wow, that is some story. I was not expecting that from you. That's really great. Give me your hand. I really think the first person you kissed, well, I think he's a really lucky guy, but also I think his name is Max. Is that right?
Yeah.
Judging by that reaction, I think it is. Thank goodness. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
I hope that's a load off your shoulders.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know if you're going to watch this, but the person who you mentioned is not the person I'm kissing now. So
Of course not. Of course not. I would hope not. Yeah, absolutely.
Story, so
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking
Okay,
part.
cool.
I appreciate it. I'll let you go now.
Oh my God. Okay, all right, fine. You got that one right. All
Yeah,
right?
well, she was really good communicator, so that really helped.
That's okay. So it has a lot to do with the subject.
Totally,
as to whether you can do it.
100%, absolutely.
Is there anything? What did you get from Annie that made you can't tell?
Well,
me?
I can hopefully explain something near the end when I project my thoughts to them. But for now, I kind of want to keep that a
You wanna
mystery.
keep it? How long did it take you to be able to read people's minds?
Oh God! Well, it was years and years of pain and agony of getting things wrong all the time and just looking like a total idiot,
Okay.
which really sucked. But if you just learn step by step, you take baby steps. Maybe you have someone think of a letter of the alphabet or a number from 1 to 10, and you have them try to communicate it to you without really sending a psychic thought, but maybe
Yeah.
more of a, I don't know how to describe it, just kind of like a gut feeling or an intuition kind of thing.
Okay.
And just kind of go with it. I mean, 20% of it is technique, but I would say 80% is just having the confidence totally to get this right.
All right. Well, I hope you have a lot of confidence because we're about to throw Lincoln at you, and you're going to have to.
Is this my next subject?
This is your next subject.
Okay, in
Lincoln,
that
you
case,
can
I'm
come on
not
over.
confident.
All right. Oh, okay.
Well, guys tend to be a little more difficult, but
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think it'll
Go
be
ahead.
okay. Lincoln,
All right.
Matt, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, all right. So you already have a name in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you saw the last person. This is the first person you kissed.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna have to maybe change strategy with you a little bit.
Okay.
Do you remember how you first met?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you tell me how you met without giving the name away?
Mhm.
Okay, tell me.
In band class.
Band class. Where was band class?
Freshman year high school.
Freshman year of high school. Okay, where? But like geographically speaking, what state?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay. What was the name of your school?
Chaska High School.
Chaska High School. And what was the name of your teacher in that class?
Mr. Swanson. I hope he's not watching.
I'm sure he's not. Should be teaching, right? Okay, so I think, does the name begin with the letter D or E or something like that?
No.
No. Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay. Try this. Just pick a letter somewhere in the middle of the name.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of jumped around a little bit. So you thought of a consonant, you went to a vowel, and went back to a consonant.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of a C right now? Yes? Okay. All right, okay. I think I can get this with you. Just say the name to yourself in your head, not out loud.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's show what I'm getting. Don't look, okay? Okay. All right, just say the name again in your head.
Okay.
Again.
Mhm.
Just keep saying it like a broken record. Don't do that. Okay. I'm going to go with this. If I'm wrong, it is not your fault, obviously, but I'm feeling pretty confident. For the first time, would you say out loud what the name is of this person?
Bruce.
Bruce. There it is, right there. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh no!
Tell Bruce I said hello, and thank you so much for taking part.
Damn.
I appreciate it.
I'm impressed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sorry for the false start.
Oh my God. Okay, so I know you eventually got it, but you kind of faltered, right?
Yes, thank you. No, that's kind of the game, right? I mean, you have to kind of take as much chances and risks as you can, and if you screw up something, you can kind of catch your breath and kind of figure out another way of getting there. There's always a route to get there. That's kind of the lesson.
Okay.
It just might be a different strategy with a different person.
Why was Lincoln harder to read? I know you said he was male, but
Yeah.
what is it about males that make them harder to read?
I think they're less communicative, and that's like a broad statement. But if you listen to the first,
I know that's true.
if you listen to the first description, the first story, it was
Okay.
bright and vibrant and full of colors and smells and everything. It was really full and rich. When I asked him what the story was,
Yeah.
it was just band camp, and it wasn't full
It was
and
like
rich.
2 words.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
band
So it's
camp.
kind of hard to get some information pulled out of him. But I think for the next person,
Yeah.
I'd like to try. It's a bit of a risk. I'd like to try doing it totally silently, having them be totally silent.
Okay.
Just to kind of redeem myself, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, no, that's totally fine. And I also have to let you know, your next subject is April, and she's a bit of a skeptic. So
I love it.
You
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as she's
All
not a
right.
cynic, I like skeptics. I think
Yeah,
it's great.
she is a skeptic.
Okay.
She can talk. Come on up, April. I think April mentioned that she had been hypnotized once. So if you could tell us about that.
Oh yeah, I was hypnotized. I was like, yeah, I've did this before. And I was like, oh wait, that was a hypnotist. So.
Excellent.
Same
All right.
thing.
How long ago was that?
A few years ago. It was like
Okay.
a comedy show, and they brought everybody on stage. And
Okay,
it was like,
all
all right, under my voice.
I love it. I won't be doing any of that, so don't worry about that, all right?
Okay.
I am going to try and guess who this first person is that you
Okay.
kissed, okay? I do have a couple of questions. Well, actually, I did say that I would do this totally silently.
This is hard for me, but I'll do
Okay.
it.
Okay, all right. So here's the game.
Okay.
Keep an absolute poker face, say nothing out loud. The only rule is you must keep focused on me. If you look away, we have to start all over, and it gets really embarrassing, and we just have to do that, okay? So just keep looking at me. But what I want you to do is imagine you are back in time. Okay, keep looking at me as you do that. Imagine you're back in time, and you're with this person. Just keep focused on me. Try not to look anywhere else but me. And I want you to see this person. I want to see where you were. I want you to imagine what it looked like, what it felt like, what it smelled like. Get as really vivid, like a Proustian experience here, just really vivid as possible. And I want you to look at this person. This is a man, yes? Okay. I want you to look at this man, and I want you to say his name in your head, nothing out loud. Good. Say his name again, slowly. Carlos.
Shut the front door! What? What? I mean, I like looking into your eyes, but like.
Oh, you're too kind. You're very nice.
And when you said it, I was like, Carlos. He's never gonna guess it.
Well, thank you so much for doing that.
Okay, alrighty. Bye.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I think you made a believer out of April.
Yes. For a second there, I was sweating bullets. I didn't think I was going to get it.
I can't
honestly,
believe-
I was getting Kyle for a second. I thought that just doesn't feel right. But we got there, so I'm happy.
So oh wow!
Yeah.
So you corrected from Kylo. That was insane. But I think what you're about to do might be even more insane because we have gotten to the section where Matt is going to be psychically sending you a message. So everyone who's watching, please get ready to write what you're thinking in the comments because I don't know how it's working. Matt, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. So we're going to keep this really simple for you. We're not going to do any words or language or numbers or anything like that. I want to focus on an image. Images go far back to the dawn of man. Language is quite new in terms of human evolution, but an image is easier to receive. So, in your mind, I want you to clear it. Just clear it away. Keep an absolute clear mind. In fact, I'm going to draw something right now. I don't want you to see what that is. I think I'll do this secretly and as elegantly as possible. Okay. So I've drawn something. I will give you a hint. It is two basic shapes, one inside of the other. So imagine two basic shapes, one inside of the other. Just picture this in your mind, whatever comes to mind, like a square, maybe something else inside of the square, or whatever you want. But just two basic shapes, one in the other, and focus on it. I'm sending it to you now. Just keep seeing that in your mind clearly. Make it big and bold and vivid. Good. If you have two shapes now, I'd be curious to know how many of you got this right. Most people think of a little triangle inside of a square. That's what most people think. This is what I have. That is a circle inside of a triangle. I can't wait to hear how you've done. Hopefully you nailed it. If you didn't, that's okay. We'll try again another time. But thank you so much for having me. This has been a great experience. And thank you. Thank BuzzFeed for having me. And thank you for your thoughts.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Goodbye, everyone.